Heaven trembled, pills rained from the sky. And in that single breathtaking moment, a legend long thought impossible was born. But no one realized this miracle was only the beginning of a catastrophe that would consume an entire clan. If you enjoy the way I make my videos, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. Dada! Countless pills rained down from the heavens, landing upon the square with crisp droplet-like sounds. Though these were not medicinal pills in the traditional sense, they were condensed from pure energy. Consuming even one would bring immense benefits to the body. Xiaoyan hovered in mid-air. Even with his composure, a wild joy involuntarily surged into his eyes. He had heard the phrase "pill rain descends." Mysterious pill appears countless times. Yet this was the first time he had personally witnessed such a legendary spectacle. It actually succeeded. His hand trembled slightly as he caught one of the pills. This outcome had completely exceeded his expectations. Even with his current abilities, his chances of refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill would not have exceeded 40%. Strictly speaking, this refinement was filled with coincidences. The pill had absorbed the energy of 4 embryonic pills, an occurrence so rare it bordered on the miraculous. Each embryonic pill carried distinct medicinal properties. Although most of their potency had been refined into pure energy by Little Yi, faint traces of medicinal essence still lingered. These remnants merged within Xiaoyan's embryonic pill, blending together. Then, under the ferocious refinement of the purifying demonic lotus flame, an unforeseen transformation occurred, one that compensated for imperfections within the embryonic pill and ultimately led to success. Had even one of these coincidences been absent, Xiaoyan would have undoubtedly failed, even after absorbing the energy of 3 embryonic pills. But there were no ifs in this world. What mattered was that everyone present had witnessed it. With their own eyes, Xiaoyan had successfully refined a Tier 9 mysterious pill. A pill that had not appeared for hundreds of years had now descended before them. Rumble. A massive black lightning python roared through the thick thunderclouds above. The terrifying heavenly might caused countless spectators to instinctively shrink back, fearing that the lightning would strike them instead. Bang! The 1,000-foot-tall fire cauldron suddenly trembled. Dark clouds churned violently as a pillar of light shot skyward. Within it, an egg-shaped cluster of light could vaguely be seen. Before countless stunned gazes, the pillar pierced straight into the thunderclouds. Instantly, the clouds boiled violently. Dense black lightning coiled around the pillar like furious pythons before crashing down relentlessly toward the luminous egg. Bang, bang, bang. Each thunderous strike shook even the medicine mountain itself. Deafening explosions echoed without end. Xiaoyan's expression was tense as he stared at the light egg enveloped by lightning. Within it lay the Tier 9 mysterious pill. Only after enduring this heavenly tribulation could it truly be born. No one could interfere, not even him. Unlike ordinary pills, whose pill lightning could be blocked, a Tier 9 mysterious pill required the tribulation's energy to reach perfection. Under Xiaoyan's anxious gaze, the egg did not shatter. Instead, it grew even brighter, black lightning arcs dancing wildly across its surface. Crack! After more than 10 minutes, the thunder gradually weakened. At that very moment, a faint cracking sound rang out. Everyone's hearts jolted as their eyes locked onto the egg. A thin crack slowly spread across its surface. Crack, crack, crack. Once the first crack appeared, countless others followed. Brilliant light seeped out, turning the egg into a blazing sun. Boom! Just as the cracks covered the surface, a final black thunderbolt slammed down mercilessly. The cracks spread explosively, and with a deafening bang, the egg shattered. An overwhelming medicinal fragrance erupted into the heavens. The scent condensed into the shapes of countless spiritual herbs, filling the sky with an ethereal, dreamlike scene. Swoosh! As everyone stood stunned, a streak of light suddenly flashed across the sky and shot out of the medicine mountain at lightning speed. Behind it, the medicinal fragrance was so dense it nearly took physical form. That's the Tier 9 mysterious pill. It's trying to escape. The mountain erupted into chaos. Countless figures leapt to their feet, eyes blazing with greed. In the face of a Tier 9 mysterious pill, almost no one could remain calm. Humph! A cold snort echoed through the heavens. The greedy hearts instantly chilled. Many hastily withdrew their steps, waking from their frenzy. Snatching a pill from someone who had defeated the Hall of Souls chief was no trivial matter. After suppressing the unrest, green-red bone wings unfurled behind Xiaoyan. He vanished in a flash and appeared before the fleeing light figure, slamming his palm forward. Yellow Spring's palm. A colossal energy hand descended from the sky, accompanied by crushing pressure. It struck the light figure head-on, dispersing its glow. A trembling naked figure was revealed. She had long black hair and a delicate, graceful body. Her large, beautiful eyes brimmed with fear as she looked at Xiaoyan, her pitiful expression stirring protective instincts in many onlookers. So it already knows how to confuse others right after being born, Xiaoyan said in mild surprise before chuckling softly. A Tier 9 mysterious pill truly lives up to its reputation. But a medicinal pill has no gender. You assumed this form just now, didn't you? The woman's expression froze and she hastily retreated. Xiaoyan stepped forward instantly. His finger shot out and landed on her forehead like lightning. A spiritual imprint formed, causing her body to tremble. Her figure gradually faded before transforming into a round medicinal pill the size of a dragon's eye, radiating an extraordinary fragrance. Xiaoyan produced a jade bottle, layered it with spiritual seals, and carefully placed the pill inside. The pill contained vast energy, but it lacked the knowledge to wield it otherwise. Even Xiaoyan wouldn't have subdued it so easily. He stored the bottle away. Below, many faces filled with disappointment, but Xiaoyan ignored them. Turning his gaze toward Hun Huzi, still locked in battle with the Northern King, he chuckled and waved his hand. The Northern King immediately withdrew and hovered beside him, expressionless. Haha, many thanks for the gift. Xiaoyan cupped his hands toward Hun Huzi, Old Man Shennong, and Elder Wan Huo. Shennong and Wan Huo smiled faintly, but Hun Huzi's face twisted in fury. He had never imagined that the embryonic pill he had refined with such effort would end up aiding Xiaoyan instead. Talents truly emerge in every generation, Old Man Shennong said with a laugh. Young friend, Xiaoyan's alchemy has reached breathtaking heights. In this era, none can compare to you. You truly deserve the title of top alchemist. His green sea of flames condensed into a walking staff in his hand. Yao Chen truly raised an extraordinary disciple. Had I known this earlier, I wouldn't have allowed Yao Wanggui to act so recklessly back then. The Yao clan elders exchanged bitter looks, sighing quietly. No matter how proud they were, they could not deny it now. Clan head Yao Dan Xiaoyan said, glancing at Yao Lao before cupping his hands. I have one final request today. I know, Yao Dan replied softly. His gaze turned complex as he looked at Yao Lao. Yao Chen, from this day forth you may leave anything you wish on the clan tablet. Thank you, clan head. Yao Lao's hand trembled. A long-cherished wish had finally been fulfilled. Just as Xiaoyan sighed in relief, Hun Huzi suddenly laughed from the sky, his expression bizarre. Clan head Yao Dan, I too have a request. Yao Dan frowned, unease rising in his heart. Speak. Hun Huzi licked his lips, his smile turning sinister. His next words caused everyone's expressions to change dramatically. I wish to temporarily borrow the Tu-Shi ancient god jade from the Yao clan. A single stone stirred a monstrous wave. After Hun Huzi spoke those words, the stadium still roaring moments ago. From the birth of the Tier 9, mysterious pill fell into deathly silence. Every Yao clan elder's expression darkened instantly, killing intent, flashing coldly in their eyes. Each of the 8 ancient clans possessed one fragment of the Tu-Shi ancient god jade. It was treated as a supreme treasure, guarded with utmost secrecy, something even ordinary elders were forbidden to see. To outsiders unaware of its significance, Hun Huzi's words might have sounded ordinary. But to those who understood, they stared at him as though he were a madman. How could the Yao clan possibly lend out such an object? This fellow. Xiaoyan knitted his brows tightly as he stared at Hun Huzi. That strange smile tugging at the latter's lips made him uneasy. Uttering such words before the Yao clan was nothing short of a blatant challenge to their dignity. With Hun Huzi's apparent Tier 6 Daosheng strength escaping from Yao Dan's grasp should have been impossible. Something's wrong. Years of hard-earned experience had sharpened Xiaoyan's instincts. Hun Huzi was no fool. He clearly understood the consequences of his words, yet he showed no fear at all. Xiaoyan's heart sank slightly. His figure flickered as he appeared beside Yao Lao, whispering gravely, "Be careful." Yao Lao nodded in silence. He too sensed something amiss. Elder Wan Huo hovered in the sky, his expression dark and murderous. The moment Yao Dan gave the order, he would strike with full force and erase this man who dared to provoke the Yao clan before so many eyes. Hun Huzi Yao Dan spoke at last, his voice devoid of emotion. From the clan leader's seat, he gazed coldly into the sky. "Do you understand what you are saying?" Though his tone was calm, an icy chill flickered deep within his eyes. "Ha ha," clan head Yao Dan Hun Huzi laughed casually, as if oblivious to the killing intent around him. "The Tosha ancient god Jade is a calamity incarnate. Keeping it will only bring disaster to the Yao clan. Handing it to me in exchange for your safety, surely that's the wiser choice." Arrogant. Elder Wanhuo roared furiously. Vast Dao Qi exploded outward, shaking the air. His body blurred as he appeared above Hun Huzi flames, condensing into a colossal palm that smashed down mercilessly. "It's about time." Hun Huzi merely smiled faintly. He lifted his gaze toward the distant sky and murmured softly. In the next instant, a strange grin curled at the corner of his lips. Black flames surged violently from his eyes, erupting like a long-suppressed dragon. His aura soared explosively. Bang! With a casual wave of his sleeve, Hun Huzi met the attack head-on. To everyone's horror, Elder Wanhuo's massive flame palm was instantly devoured upon contact. Elder Wanhuo himself spat out a mouthful of blood and was sent flying backward, smashing into the stadium below and carving out a massive crater. "Ha ha. I've entertained you all for quite some time. Consider this interest." Hun Huzi's voice echoed calmly across the arena. His hair fluttered without wind, both eyes completely engulfed in black flame, giving him an eerie demonic appearance. 7-star Dosheng. Shock rippled through the crowd. Everyone stared at Hun Huzi in disbelief. The aura he now emitted far surpassed Elder Wanhuo's. "He was hiding his strength," Yao Lao muttered grimly. "Does he truly intend to seize the Yao clan's ancient jade?" Xiao Yan's expression was unprecedentedly solemn. From beginning to end, he had failed to detect Hun Huzi's concealment. Even after losing the embryonic pill, he restrained himself. This man is terrifyingly scheming, but with just him, does he really believe he can challenge the Yao clan? At this moment, Yao Dan finally rose from his seat. The aura of a 7-star Dosheng erupted without restraint, overwhelming and majestic, stronger even than Hun Huzi's. "Send the signal," Yao Dan commanded coldly. "Inform the Yan clan and the Lei clan. Tell them we have found the true perpetrators behind the disappearance of the Ling and Shu clans." Everyone's expressions changed violently. Even Xiao Yan trembled. The Hun clan truly did it. Understood. Despite their shock, the Yao clan elders acted swiftly, tearing open scrolls as spatial fluctuations spread outward. But just as a tunnel began to form, it suddenly trembled violently, then shattered into nothingness. Cold dread swept through the Yao clan. Emergency sirens blared. Warriors surged from neighboring peaks like a black tide. "Hun Huzi, what have you done?" an elder roared. Hun Huzi smiled faintly. "Nothing much. I merely sealed the Yao realm." Panic erupted. Guests from countless sects hurriedly tore open spatial scrolls only to face the same fate. "This is bad." Xiao Yan inhaled sharply. His expression was uglier than ever. The Hun clan's target was the Yao clan all along. Yao Dan crushed a special ring in his hand, one meant to transmit signals directly to the Yan and Lei clan heads. "Haha, clan head Yao Dan, there's no need." Hun Huzi chuckled. Yao Dan's heart sank completely as he watched the scattered spatial fluctuations wander aimlessly, unable to escape the realm. Hun Huzi Yao Dan said calmly, despite the despair, "If the Yan clan notices the tunnel's disappearance, they will know something is wrong. The Gu clan will not remain idle. If the 4 great clans unite, your Hun clan will be annihilated." Hun Huzi replied indifferently, "We erased the Ling and Shu clans without the Gu clan noticing. Naturally, we can let the Yao clan vanish just as quietly." With just you, Yao Dan stepped into the sky, pressure surging like a mountain. At that moment, the leaders and elders of various sects hurriedly pleaded, "Elder Hun Huzi, this matter has nothing to do with us. Please allow us to leave. We will repay this kindness." Hun Huzi smiled warmly. "Of course, those unrelated to the Yao clan may go." Relief flooded the crowd as countless figures rushed toward the realm's exit. Xiao Yan frowned. Too easy. Almost immediately, boom, black light exploded across the horizon. Agonized screams echoed as endless Nihility devouring flames poured out of the void, spreading rapidly and swallowing the entire realm in darkness. The true Nihility devouring flame. Xiaoyan's pupils shrank violently. Even little Yi inside him stiffened its tiny face, unusually grave. Hun Huzi hovered in the sky, monstrous black flames billowing behind him. He spread his arms wide and smiled down at Yao Dan, his grin twisted and cruel. Yao Dan, it is my honor to announce the Yao clan is finished.